Good evening, all Dharma Masters and all Lotus Friends. As I have been recently returning to many of the teachings shared by Master Zongdao that I feel are helpful in applying the Dharma to our everyday lives, we will be learning from another one tonight titled, To Be Accepted, First Accept Others. This one I would like to mention before we begin is something I feel we should keep in mind is an ideal to aim for in this life. In a sense, setting a higher standard for ourselves while being more lenient with others. He says, when differences arise in two people's thoughts, opinions, habits, or personalities, each person arbitrarily decides that he is right and the other is wrong, even disgusting, thus denying everything about the other. That is a foolish and ridiculous approach, which can only make such a person retreat to an isolated island in a vast sea, hiding helplessly in a closed, dark, and damp corner of his own mind. Troubles are piling up every day, and the room for living is squeezed tighter and tighter. One must understand that there is no difference between the mind, the Buddha, and sentient beings, and that no one is outside your mind or an outward projection of your mind. In other words, no one is not a part of you. To reject others is to reject yourself, and to hate and avoid others is to reject and hate yourself. Our mind is as vast as the boundless void of space. But because that space is full of me, and that me is occupying too much space, separating us from others, we must expand that space. How powerless our minds would become if we were cut off from all living beings. The Avatamsaka Sutra reads, all sentient beings are the roots of trees. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are flowers and fruits. Without the nutrients, the roots of the tree of life lose their vitality. The leaves turn yellow, the branches wither, and the tree bears no fruit. Hence, as the ego of false self expands, so the true self shrinks. Indeed, the true self would accept everything unconditionally, without discrimination. The vast space expands because it embraces everything, such as winds, rains, fog, mists, sunlight, and haze. It embraces everything without selectivity, be it good people or evil ones, fragrant flowers or stinking feces. If we, who are deeply rooted in sin, were not accepted by Amitabha Buddha without discrimination, would we have any other way out of the endless cycle of birth and death? We, sentient beings, have such wretched karma and afflictions that no other Buddhas would tolerate and accept us. Shouldn't people emulate the virtues of heaven and earth? Shouldn't we accept with the heart and mind of Amitofo our brothers and sisters who are in trouble? Besides, how do we know bad events are not due to our incorrect views, unfounded attitudes, or highly subjective belief that we are always right and others wrong? It is the unfailing law of cause and effect and common sense that people will accept you if you accept them first. Even though we ordinary beings cannot fully accept everything around us, at least we should have a basic understanding of which way is correct and which way is incorrect. Then we will not be wandering further and further in the wrong direction. Now, hearing from this piece, I would like to reflect on how I feel this may be applicable for us. I think as ordinary practitioners, we may find this is a goal that is impossible to meet all the time. But I think it is okay to use it as a net to bring ourselves back in as we learn to catch ourselves in our bad habits. So even if we are inclined to hate someone, we can use this to at least try to find something redeemable within them and do our best to like and help those whom we encounter. Even when it comes to a situation at hand and not a person, I hope it will help us to simply do our best and accept things as they manifest and disappear. And hopefully this will make life smoother so we can do better focusing on our faith and recitation. This will be it for tonight, and thank you for your time. Namo Ami Tofo.